Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made. That's Worimi, Worimi. And welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies as I split the deck. And seriously, you cannot make this up. Yeah, we know all about that and the secrets that they're trying to uh, keep under wraps. Now, the reason why I have to laugh at that is because I wanted to have a look at a couple of bills that the Democrats have introduced into Congress. Now, I'm just going to point out that on my in my post section, used to be called community section, but they changed it to post. I've shared a video of AOC talking about not only what you can do, but also what the Dems are doing and why they hadn't done anything for several days. Basically, because the Felon 45 and the Leon Rat. I won't call him Muskrat anymore because Muskrats are pretty cute. He's just Leon Rat now. Waited until Congress had been dismissed or in recession uh, for whatever period. It allowed the representatives to go back to their home states, to their constituents, and start talking to constituents and doing work in their home state. And we've got the same in Australia. Government meets for certain periods and then they go back and they actually do the work that's required for their representatives back home. Now, of course, Felon 45 and Leon Rat waited until Congress was in recession before they started taking action, which meant the Democrats weren't actually in town, and therefore they had to wrap up what they were doing and frantically fly back to Washington. So what is happening is that I really, 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 really wish that they would simply unleash the likes of AOC and Jasmine Crockett and David Hoggart, just let them off the leash. And even Katie Porter and Stacey Abrams, who aren't in office, but by crikey, they can with the best of them. Eric Salwell. There's a number. I'm just trying to think. There's another couple of the blokes. I know White House is brilliant, but there's a couple of other of the blokes that are in Congress that, again, really need to just unclip, let them go. Okay, so what's happened? Schumer and Jeffries have come together. The leaders of the two parties in the two houses have come together and introduced a Stop the Steal bill. In other words, to put big brakes on Leon Rat and his cronies who some have security clearance. None of them are in official Congress-approved positions, hacking into the government databases. And I believe Rep. Al Green has from Texas, yes, a Democrat from Texas, and again, I would bet pounds to peanuts that Texas actually voted blue, except that it is gerrymandered to the hilt by the corrupt state government that's in Texas. But anyhow, Rep. Al Green has gerrymandered, votes thrown out, voters tossed off rolls, all that sort of stuff. Texas, blue. It's blue. Susan Lynn, I'm talking to you. It's blue. Anyhow, has introduced articles of impeachment to impeach Trump because of what he's doing. Well, maybe they just need to impeach Leon Rat, the Emerald King. Um, okay, new legislation being brought forward in regards to Leon Rat. There is a decision that needs to be made about what side of history and what side of judgment that these representatives want to come down on. This is telling me all about the articles of impeachment that Representative Al Green has brought forward in the House. Yeah, there's a decision to be made. And it's about what side of truth and history you want to be calculated on. Calculated on, well, fair enough. Judgment moment for the devil. This is what this articles of impeachment is bringing forth, really tooting the horn about the what's happening with this devil energy, and we know who this devil is. However, it will show that who is receiving kickbacks, who is fearful of getting their, like, really, do they not see beyond the end of their nose? That by being fearful of this felon 45, that when election time actually comes around, that it might go adversely for them. But anyhow, they're worried about their money, their donors, they're getting their, yeah, they're just worried about grasping for the money. Going to find themselves entrapped, though, by their choices and possibly forced into this retreat position, wounded and in retreat as investigations happen and the tower moment occurs, which we've been saying for ages is on its way. Boy, we can watch it in motion. It's like even though it's at supersonic speed, it still feels like slow motion. Tower moment when secrets are revealed, and they are going to be revealed. The seedy underbelly and the secrets. So I am just going to say, for those in Congress, when the secrets are fully exposed, and they will be, what side of history do you want to be on? Going to be interesting, actually, whether it's a open vote or closed vote. That'll make a huge difference. So let me have a look. Let me have a bit of a look. Which I might call. Yeah, I might pause and see if it's an open or closed vote. Hang on a sec. Okay, having a look at it, could the Senate decide to make the impeachment vote secret or anonymous? This was in regards to the 2021 impeachment. Hypothetically, yes. However, it's exceedingly unlikely because the Senate rules dictate that the Senate will make the rules as to whether they are cast publicly or secretly. And we do know the Senate at the moment is fully Republican. So theoretically, they could. However, an obscure part of the Constitution mandates that any senator can demand a public reading of the yeas and nays. So even if the Senate did rule that it would be a secret vote, any senator can demand that they be read out publicly. And then 1/5 of the Senate has to agree on the motion. So what's the Senate? 100. So 1/5 would be 20. Which is unlikely because 81 senators would have to vote to keep it secret. And the vote is to keep it secret or to keep it public would be public. So I'm just going to say unlikely. But look anyhow, yeah, I just think unlikely that he will be impeached because of that ruling that 20 of the senators vote that it cannot be secret, then it's got to be public. So show me how the articles of impeachment that Republican representative Al Green, Texas Democrat, show me, must be in the House, show me how that is going to travel. How is that going to travel? I don't see it getting through. 8 of Cups, walking away from sorrow, 3 Cups spilt, walking away, just walking away is what I'm getting. challenged by the vote. Challenged by the vote, being paused. Again, well, you've got 3 cups filled here, but you've got 3, so there might be 3 that come together and bring forward the articles of impeachment, crowning the reading. They're going to find themselves up against the boundaries here, which is the secret verses. So the immediate future, the justice card, not be just, but this is weighing up, balancing, externally strengths, but internally. So what it is, I'm getting that this action is more of a show of strength of the Democrats, or an attempt to give a show of strength. But how's it going to go? Yeah, I just don't feel it's going to. Yeah, hopes and fears, steel, keeping emotions in check as the outcome. Oh, we've got something yet to be revealed, the best of democracy, and volatile information being brought forward. That will bring the Republicans I'm just going to say, to their knees. And those that chose the wrong side of history, with a new speaker. I'm talking about the 3 special elections and potentially a new speaker and a harsh truth coming forward. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes with the 2 of Pentacles and 8 of Swords. Restriction as this information comes out. Finding themselves restricted by the news as a lot of information comes out. Be careful what you wish for, because it can come back and bite you on the backside. Your words used against you. Retreat. The who is in whose debt. The infighting. I'm looking at the card that's coming up. The emotionally mature leader can be Joe Biden, because things are going to turn and the Republican government is going down. So I don't see it getting through. I don't see it getting through. Okay, thank you. I just heard it's about showing their hand about who is, yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's about forcing them to show their hand about who is supporting what is currently going on and who doesn't. So it's more about future elections, because when it goes, these ones that supported are going to find themselves they're going to find themselves trapped by these vote choices that they made. Okay, I want to have a look. Schumer and Jeffries have joined forces and brought forward a Stop the Steal bill. This is about stopping Leon Rat and his hackers. Do not call them engineers, no, hackers, getting your information. And it's a way to bring what he is doing fully to light, fully revealing, letting go the mist, taking away the mist, taking away the wool over the eyes, and showing the choices that are being made and the reason behind it. That's what this bill is coming for. I don't know that they expect it to pass. But what it is it's shining a bright light on who is profiting and who's got their snout in the box in regards to what is currently going on. Again, I'm getting it's more a political play rather than a genuine attempt to pass legislation, because it's not going. I don't think it's going to pass. It's basically going to show who's got their snout in the money trough, and it's about revealing what is, getting the information out there to reveal what's going on. Okay. Show me what we need to know about this Stop the Steal bill being introduced by Schumer and Jeffries. I've had SCOTUS, I've written SCOTUS down and I've had it on page after page after page after page to have a look about what's going on with SCOTUS and how they're thinking. I'm just going to point out, because it's the word SCOTUS again is just above my Stop the Steal bill, Schumer and Jeffries. What I'm really getting with them is that they've realised that they're not relevant anymore. Those that supported, they're just pushed to the side. Absolutely pushed to the side. It feels very much OMG, what have we done type energy, but it doesn't feel intense because OMG, what have we done? The partnership that they had, they're realising that they're not relevant any longer. We've got legal action potentially. We've got international court rulings potentially. What they manifested is going to face. Yeah. So really, they're feeling irrelevant. They're feeling like, oh my goodness, what have we unleashed here? Might make some overtures. I don't feel that they actually have enough of a shame and guilt complex to be, see you later. Yeah, that's all I can say. See you later. I don't. This is the beginning of the end of the Supreme Court as we know it. I don't feel it's a, oh my God, what have we unleashed? It's a like, what? but hang on, what about us type feeling? Okay. Right, so I want to have a look at the Stop the Steal bill. Show me the Stop the Steal bill. Again, I don't feel it's going to get through, but it's more about exposing. Show me the Stop the Steal bill. I'll just do a 3, 2, 1 on it. Show me the Stop the Steal bill. Because I've got a couple of other readings I want to get to today. Show me the Stop the Steal bill. Right. Taking the higher ground and defending against the messaging, getting the message out there, powerful message, to get it out to the world. Basically, this is about putting up a defence, attempting to put up a defence against overwhelming odds at the moment, getting the messaging out there, getting it onto the world stage about the steal, the behind the scenes steal, the manipulation, the legislation being presented about the steal, the abuse of power, the steal. Again, this card came up with SCOTUS, but different order. About the relationships, may be used in the future. Exposing the relationships to try and restrict the damage done. But then we've also got the Ace of Swords. A new truth, a new beginning with perhaps legal action that's going to force a withdrawal and a retreat of those that have the snout in the money bags. And this is the agreement that Leon Rack could do this is going to be brought to an end. But I don't feel that it's going to be through legislation. I think this is a step in a legal case. By revealing this in the open floor of the House, there is legal action that can be taken. Here we've got the infighting. This isn't between Schumer and Jeffries. This is the rush to throw under the bus as secrets are brought to the surface and revealed about stealing. That is betrayal and treason. There is a decision that needs to be made about what side of history these lawmakers want to be. There's those that feathered their nest at the expense of Homeland Security, big information coming forward, and then higher authorities, which may be overseas. Yeah, this is all about exposing the players. It's not about actually getting the bill passed, it's about exposing the players and putting it out there for the world to see. Okay, I am going to leave that one there and get on to the really difficult reading about Gaza. Okay, love to you all. Take care.